Alright, since I have to deal with him now, how about we rank his games?
The story of his game isn't necessarily confusing, it's just, well, a lot.
Let's start off with the first one, which I would honestly give a B tier. It started off the franchise, sure, but it was easy to get lost in it.
That I do agree with, but it was a blast to play unlike some of his other titles. It may not be the best, but it definitely would deserve more than a B. I'd say an A. Shadow? What do you think?
I would give it an A. Knuckles made a valid point, but I never really had a problem with getting lost. And all you have to do to make sure you don't get lost is watch the cutscene.
Fair, fine, a tier it goes.
Next we have Kingdom Hearts 2. This is seen as the best installment, and I agree. It's S tier. Its combat is the best in the series, and the boss fights in this game are top tier. Any objections?
I only wish there was more visual of the worlds, but yeah, I agree S tier.
S tier is where this game belongs.
Wow, finally something we all agree on. Okay, hopefully that happens again. Next up is Kingdom Hearts 3. I think it is also S tier.
I'd give it a B at best.
I'd give it an A, but for what it's worth, S tier doesn't seem too bad. But why a B, Knuckles? Its visuals are fantastic.
True, but the cutscenes are so long.
You didn't say that while you played God of War Ragnarok now, did you?
That game had fantastic cutscenes and character development.
Alright, you two, that is enough. I do agree the cutscenes are a tad much, but it's a really solid game nonetheless. There is so much to do and so much to explore. Let's not bring up other franchises and let's stick to what we have in front of us. I am putting it in S tier since me and Shadow can agree. Next up is Kingdom Hearts Union X.
That is not a Kingdom Hearts game. That is a gacha game.
That is CoComelon Hearts.
Okay, fine, F tier it goes. I would have given a D because the story isn't all that bad. It explains a couple things. Next is Kingdom Hearts Recoded, and let me be the first to say that the only thing good about this game were the keyblades, combat capabilities, and actually having a decent replayability level.
I agree, but other than that, the game is not that great. I would give it a C.
I would give it an F. I don't like this game at all.
Many people who say that never actually touch the game.
Next up is Dream Drop Distance. I gotta say this game is the definition of mid to me. Solid C tier, nothing wrong with it, but it didn't do much for me either. Shadow?
It introduced flow motion, and that is it. Other than that, the drop mechanic annoyed me to no end. I'd give it a D, but I will settle for C just to move on.
No, I would give it an F. The drop mechanic was utter dog water.
Just so we aren't here all day, let's compromise to D tier.
Way too low, but fine.
Next up is 358/2 Days. This is my least favorite. Truthfully, I will agree on F tier.
Yes, I agree completely, Sonic.
Now hold on a minute, you fools. Xion, Axel, and Roxas were all great characters, okay? It showed their backstory, and they are well-loved characters. Can we compromise to D tier? Only redeeming quality was the Riku boss fight, those three, and the fact you can play with your friends. Remember when we all played together on our handhelds, guys? D tier, at least.
That is actually a valid point. Fine, it can go in D tier.
I'm okay with that. Next up is Rechain of Memories, or as I like to call it, Aggressive Solitaire. I would give it a C tier still though, since its story was cool and interacting with some of the organization members were fun. My favorite was Marluxia, probably one of the coolest final bosses of the series.
I never played it, so I can't say anything, but I will give it a C tier just to be in the middle.
Actually, I will give it a C tier as well. It was just mid. Simple as that.
Last but not least, Melody of Memory. A game that basically helps us understand what happened after Sora's disappearance, and all while listening to some of the best songs this series has to offer.
That I agree with, put it in a tier with Kingdom Hearts 1.
I agree as well, but Sonic, you missed Birth by Sleep.
Oh, how could I forget the best handheld Kingdom Hearts game? Terra, Aqua, and Ventus all were phenomenal characters, all of them taking their own route and all falling to different fates. The game's story was fantastic, and showing that they were the OG trio before even Sora, Riku, and Kairi was all this game needed to be an A-tier game.
Don't forget Dark Sora.
Who?
He is referring to Vanitas.
Oh yeah, with him also this game is almost S-tier, but it looks perfectly fine in a tier. Well, that is all the Kingdom Hearts games ranked. Not a lot of S-tier games, but considering how popular Sora is with just about 11 games, you can cut the guy some slack. With that being said, this is the end of the video. Like and subscribe, and feel free to comment another tier list or anything you may want us to do next.
I thought I could be in the next one, Sonic.
Who let a chipmunk in here?
Boy, if you don't fix that mic, how are you one of the smartest characters on the show, but don't know how to fix a mic?
Fix it and maybe Tails.
Thank you for ranking my games.
Anytime, Sora.